Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Haniifatul Adzra. My student number is 1910732009. In this video, I will explain my understanding on the topic 11 and 12, which is Conversation Discourse Analysis 1 and 2. First, I will explain the Conversation Discourse Analysis 1. I will explain some point in this topic. So the first point is what is conversation discourse analysis? Based on Rankema 2004, critical discourse analysis is a method in which many central concepts in discourse studies play important role. In critical discourse analysis is the prominent approach to discourse and culture. The purpose of the analysis is to detect social problems, specifically discrimination. And then the term critical in this approach means that an analysis cannot be neutral or free of values. Critical discourse analysis focuses on the power relation and ideology. And then the next point is history of conversation discourse analysis. Critical discourse analysis is as old as discourse studies itself, and in the first publication that contained the term discourse, an advertisement was analyzed with suggestion for two approaches. CDA emerged after a small symposium in Amsterdam as a loosely networked group of scholars in 1990s and has since then developed into a broadly based international program with a set of approaches that explores the relationship between discourse, which is the language used, and the people who create and use it, and then the social and political context and also structure and practices in which it occurs. And then the next point is uh, some basic terms and tools in CDA. In CDA, we analyzing hidden, opaque, and visible structures of dominance, and then discrimination, power, and control, and the power and control as manifested in language, and then its objective to examine critically the relationship between language, ideology, power, and social structure. For example, social inequality as it constructed, reproduced, legitimized, and resisted in language and other modes of uh, communication. And then the next topic is conversation discourse analysis 2, which is discourse and power. Definition of conversation discourse analysis or conversation discourse studies. Critical discourse analysis or critical discourse studies is problem-oriented interdisciplinary research movement, school or studies, and language and other semiotic systems in use and subsumes a variety of approaches, each with different theoretical models, research method, and agenda. And then the next is three samples of CDA studies. There are three samples of CDA studies, and then the first samples is fabricating the American dream in U.S. media portrayals of Syrian refugees, a discourse analytical study by Bhatia and Jenks in 2018. This example is by two associate professors of English from Hong Kong Polytechnic University investigate media portrayals of refugees within the context of the American dream, and then argues that the political climate in the era of President Trump of the US demand a new understanding of how the refugee construct is connected vis-a-vis the political rhetoric of the Trump administration, and then as well as the Syrian refugee crisis. The second example is traces of neoliberalism in English teaching materials, a critical discourse analysis by Babai and Sheikhi in 2018. And then the third example is the selfie as a global discourse by Wilm and Undrum in 2018. So I think that's all my explanation. I'm sorry for all of my mistake. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.